I don't gotta hurt you, God will. You and your feeling for no reason, bro. You built your own hatred off looking at me. What's wrong with you? You can't stop what God built, bro.
Hey you guys, what's good? Welcome back to another video. My name is Tamaria and I go by Tamaria looking on all my socials, so feel free to follow me on your favorite one. Today we are getting into a quick little story time, and basically it's going to be me just really coming to you guys and telling you that I accept my purpose and my position in this world, because when my mama was alive, like before she passed away, she went through this whole little stage, right? It was giving mental breakdown, but it was also getting very demonic, and it scared me because I was young and I was very lacking in experience when it came to, you know what I'm saying, a lot of things in the world, when it came to the physical world, when it came to the spiritual world, when it came to the mental world. So when I see my mama go through what she was going through, because she essentially had a mental breakdown, right? Imagine you've been lied to your whole entire life, and then you finally find out the truth, but then you find out the truth, but it's like you really don't even have the energy to even use the truth to better yourself in your situation. So you just say, fuck it, I'm done with everything, everybody. So I seen her have like this breakdown. She came across this revelation, and it was before we had the internet, so she didn't really have anybody that she could talk to share these experiences with, without people thinking that she was fucking crazy, right? Because that's what we thought she was fucking crazy. But when I really look at what my mom went through, it was more spiritual nonetheless than physical, right? Like mentally she did go through something. It was like, fuck, all this time that I've been living my life, I could have been living it a different way, but yet instead I chose to settle for a way that people told me I should live, versus actually having something that I ultimately desire for myself in my life. And that took her out. Mentally it took her out, because she already lived half, semi, like, or mostly half of her life, and now to just start all over because you had this realization kind of like drove her insane. And her insanity had me thinking, like, was it genetic? Because I was like, I don't want that shit, right? I was like, I don't want to be like that, I don't want to be acting like that. But then when I look at what she went through, it's like I see what she went through in a lot of people. Like, I see her action and I see her behaviors and I see the desperation in a lot of people. So it's just like coming to the realization that people do operate. But in this moment that she was going through all that she was going through, she was dropping me all these gems about like manifesting. She tried to give me as much as she could, you know what I'm saying, with the knowledge and the revelation that she had. But I felt like because she wasn't able to. Can I get the bottle of water? Yes. I feel like since she wasn't able to take the revelation that she had and build upon the knowledge so that she could give me whatever it is that she needed to give me in order for me to have a life that was different from hers, you know, she just decided to tap out. And so all of those moments have stuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, they've been stuck with me, and I overly understand what happened with her and to her. I know some people in my family might not understand. Some people, like brothers and sisters, might not understand what happened to her, but it makes sense to me. Like, we're all going through this journey. We're all going through an experience, and we're either going through it with the Lord or we're going through it without the Lord. We're going through it knowing or we're going through it without knowing. Let me say that. We're going through this journey, and this journey is ultimately what's going to make or break you, right? And within the journey, you have to keep yourself at a mental level and a spiritual level of strength, because the people will try to attack you. You know what I'm saying? Not just the people in the outside world, but sometimes there's something going on inside of you that's attacking you, and you have to be able to identify what that is, and you have to be able to give that to God so that God can do what he needs to do with it. And usually it's going to be centered around like a transformation, like using the energy that was once destructive for you and taking that and using that same energy and making it something that turns you into like a powerhouse, an indestructible vessel, right? Your body is the vessel, and what goes on in the body is what makes it destructible or indestructible. So my mom ultimately was trying to teach me that I can have whatever I like, and essentially she didn't really know how. She did leave a lot of gems like in a short amount of time. And then so the part of it that was so scary for me is because she was showing these signs and these symptoms of being possessed by a demon, and usually you only see that shit on fucking TV. You don't see it in real life. And here I am, not even 21 years old yet, seeing my mom go through this spiritual crisis, right? Before she left, she telling me things that don't make no sense. And I'm like, is it because we smoke some weed, or like, what is it that's going on? And so basically, really, what happened was because I saw my mom have this moment that looked demonic, I was able to look at my own self. Like eventually I became brave enough to look at my own self and to see what demonic ways and behaviors I exhibited. And baby, when I tell you Lil Jazz Bell, Lil Jazzy, I feel like that was probably like my not just jazzy, Lil Jazabelle, but I feel like that was definitely one the demons that was trying to take me out, you know what I'm saying? Trying to keep me at a lower state, Lil Jazzy. You guys have heard and seen me talk about being on and off my celibacy journey for a little while, especially these last few years in my singleness. So Lil Jazzy she be trying to, you know what I'm saying? She be trying to be in control of my life, but I have like my neck on her throat. So Lil Jazzy only really gets to come out and play when I want Lil Jazzy to come out and play. But so I've also been able to face some of my other demons, and it's like once I got used to facing these demons, they really had no power or control over me. It was just when or if I would let them come out and play. There's so much that goes into the story of my mom, but it's too much. We can't get into it right here right now. But I will say that a lot of people fear their shadow selves and their dark selves, and exposing their shadow selves and their dark selves, because they don't want to be judged, right? People hate to be judged, but they love to judge other people, right? They don't want to be judged, but they do want to do some judging. And I just was like, I'm going to be the judge of myself, right? Of course, I'm going to judge other people, because that's how you know who you want to be around and who you don't want to be around, is by judging their character, judging what they say, judging what they do, judging who they are. You know what I'm saying? You got to judge the people, right? But one thing I will say is that not only did I identify Lil Jazzy, but I did identify some other things within myself within these last few years that, you know what I'm saying, needed to be adjusted when it comes to the things that I am doing for the betterment and the glory and the purpose and the truest intent for my purpose on life. So it's all God's grace that allows me to be here, to just sit here and just kind of be like, dang, like to see how life plays out for me, and then see how it's playing out for others, and see how it has the potential to still play out for so many more, is it's low-key like a gift, right? It's like an opportunity that can only be given by a certain power, a certain authority, right? And I just give God the thanks and the glory for continuing to have his hand on and in me, and working on and in and through me and my experience in this world. But to make a long story short, is you gotta know yourself. You gotta know your demons and you gotta know your angels, right? And you have to put your demons and your angels in place, right? What do you want to run your life, or what do you want to let run over your life? It's up to you. The greatest and the biggest thing that I am grateful for learning is that it is up to me. It's not up to anybody else. It's up for me, or it's up to me, for me to decide. It's up to me to decide whatever it is that I want to decide, to have for myself, to be for myself, to accomplish for myself, to achieve for myself. Like, it's up to me to decide. But anyways, I just really wanted to come on here. My hair was cuter than this earlier, but it didn't started to dry, so the roots, y'all seen it. It was cuter. But that's it. I just wanted to come and say hi to y'all real quick and try to turn it into a little story and see what happens. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys later in the next video. Bye.